Yo, what it do? What it do? What it do? Oh, Ryals, I'm back in the room just for you. Hey, we're going to let it fill up a little bit in here. People joining the live, get some people to come in, and we will then start with the video. We're going to let it kind of buffer up a little bit here, though. Get things going. What up, Merle? What up, what up, what up? We'll be live for WWE Money in the Bank at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you check in with us then for sure. We are going to be doing some football talk. We're going to have some football talks here, though, because I've been slacking. I have been so lacking. We're trying to get on here and give you guys some football content. It's just been rough the last couple of weeks. We've had some things going on, and we just haven't had the chance to be able to get on here and actually tap in with you. What up, Dallas? What's good? What it do? It's me, Gabe. I changed my name to Dallas. Hey, that's what's up. Well, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. What up, Didi? You guys are all in the alternate stream as well. Just want to let you know. But you can stay here. You'll be able to hear the audio. But if you want to watch the visuals to the stream, the visuals will be on the other screen. But you can stay here. You'll be able to hear the audio and the visual of me, but you won't be able to see the. Okay. You won't be able to see the visuals to the videos that I'm going to be reacting to about the Dallas Cowboys. So if you guys do want to watch the visuals to that audio that we're about to be hearing, make sure you guys go to the channel. The link should be up here, and go to the other live stream. It'll have a red alarm bell in the title. So just tap in with it there if you want to watch it. If you don't, you want to just listen to it, you're more than welcome to stay here as well. It's all fine and dandy with me. At the end of the day, it's the same. But yeah, we're about to tap in and get this thing popped off and ready. So once trying to let a few people build up in here before I get it started. That way they don't ask questions in the middle that would have already been answered. So just try to let a few people build up in here for a minute. Yeah, I know, Didi. You fine. It's all right, Didi. Yes, sir. Well, welcome back. Get in where you fit in. It's perfectly fine. This side of the stream will have the audio to the videos that I'm reacting to. But if you do want, anybody that's tuning in now, if you want to watch the actual audio and video to the videos I'm reacting to, you'll have to go to the other live stream. You just click the channel. There's two live streams. The one with the red alarm bell will have the visuals. So if you want to watch the visuals to the videos I'm about to react to and not just hear the audio like you will here, just go to the channel, go to the other live stream that has a red alarm bell in the title. You'll see that there's a red alarm bell. Now, I can give you a quick glimpse, guys. If you look, there's two live streams. This one has a red alarm bell. This one don't. This is where the visuals will be for the videos that we're reacting to. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here. We got a few people in here. We got a few people on this stream. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tap in. I'm gonna get the video loaded up. The first video that we're gonna react to is by Attack on Cowboys. It says Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott's disrespect hits an all-time low. So we'll get into it and we'll see what he's talking about. I know Dak Prescott's always a trending topic. That's dope, Dallas. That's awesome, brother. Well, keep up the good work. Keep grinding it out, and you'll get where you need to be, bro. Just keep grinding it out. All right, so get the link in. Get the link in. Get the sync in. Now we get the news, and we're gonna get it. All right. So yeah, if you guys want to be able to watch the videos, like this is what it'll look like where I'm reacting to. You just go to the channel. The one with the red alarm bell will have the video. So you guys are, like I said, more than welcome to stay here. If you don't care about the video and you just want to hear the audio, that's perfectly fine. But the video will be on the other live stream. So if you do, just tap the button up here, takes you to my channel, and go to the live stream that has the red alarm bell in the title. All right, let me get this loaded. Get this loaded. The laptop is wanting to move slow. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and hit play on it. So y'all ready? Let's go.
The fact that PFF can somehow manage to find the biggest of jugheads
Let me know if the audio
to become data analysts for them, and the fact that such a reputable company, one that's being used by the NFL now on Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football when they're showing the ranking, the PFF ranking across the league, somehow a company that has gained this type of reputation still allows either trolls that live in their mother's basements and have never touched a single athletic field in their life, touched any damn ball in their life besides their own when they're making their daily rounds on Triple X websites, or it's some dude sitting in the Middle East with 18 computers.
Yes, sir, Dallas. Yes, sir, Gabe. Sure did, man. I was pounding the table to get George Pickens, and then it finally happened. I was ecstatic. Completely happy. I think our offense is going to be great. I think we're still missing a couple pieces on defense, but I'm hoping that they'll go ahead and get that summed up too. Yes, sir. Hey, I see you over here, Dallas. Yeah, you should be able to hear it on both channels, but if you want to watch it and see the video that I'm reacting to, you have to go to this stream. What up, Messi? Hey, Messi, you know he's always talking about WWE. Huh? What? Went and hit you? Don't hit your baby brother. When? I don't care if he's annoying you. You don't hit him. You don't want me to hit you when you're annoying, do you? Well, then don't hit nobody. Yes, sir. Hit those like buttons. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you want to eat? You want muffins? There you go. You want these? This is what you want. You gotta hurry up. You want it making you something to eat right after I start my live stream. You could have been doing this the whole time. You've been sitting over there doing something. All right, so what you want? Here's your muffins. Let's go. Well, what do you want? Are you done? You want a granola bar? Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till my live stream. Come on. I need to hurry up, baby. Figure it out. Well, then get something so I can get it for you, baby. You're taking my time off. I'm on my live stream right now, Mike. You need to hurry up. I got people that are waiting on it. And you're sitting here doing nothing. What do you want? Offense. Well, hurry up, dude. Popsicle all over. 1, 2, 3. Let me see him so I can open them. Take them. You're welcome. All right, sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that, guys. This match is for this 16. Let's do. Hell yeah. You guys got a side conversation going on. All right, so we back. Sorry about the interruption. I had to get my 3-year-old a little snack. Something satisfy him right now. But yeah, sorry for the interruption. We are back. We're going to go ahead and get into this video now. Everybody has
up
left.
around him, being this huge know-it-all, and he ain't never even seen no actual football game take place in front of his own eyes because he lives somewhere in a third world country, bro. That's what I'm starting to figure out about all these different sites and people like this that's on socials and those on Twitter and all this stuff that for some reason they somehow got a huge following and get all this engagement. I'm starting to figure out that PFF and all these different troll accounts, they're one and the same, bro. They're the same people doing the same stuff, and these people don't know a damn thing about football. Let's get into it, bro, because the Dak Prescott disrespect has gotten into an outrageous place, and you would think that a company that is all about data collection.
He ain't lying. That's for damn sure. He ain't lying. Man, so many people just want to up and disrespect Dak Prescott just because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. They don't take nothing into accountability. A lot of people criticize him solely based on just his playoff losses. They don't criticize him on anything other than that, which is down outright wrong. And people put sole blame on him for all the losses like it was all him. But we'll get into it. Let's go.
Would be able to avoid making themselves look so damn ignorant. Quite frankly, ignorant, lazy, and everything else in between, biased, whatever else you want to use. I'm not even mad. This is just embarrassing, to be quite frank. It's embarrassing. And honestly, anybody that works for PFF and y'all explain stuff like this away, shame on you too.
Murrow, we're not doing WWE content right now, brother. This is about football. We'll be doing WWE at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing Money in the Bank.
Because at some point, peer review has to become part of your process because stuff like this hurts the entire brand. You don't just look at this and say, oh, that's that one writer for PFF. No, man, PFF, y'all are ass, bro. Y'all are ass. Ass right too. By the way, which is also very ass, and we'll take a look at that as well. But PFF dropped their quarterback rankings.
Man, I like AOC. But he like using that word.
And this is how they rank their quarterbacks. Somehow Dak Prescott is the 17th best quarterback in the league now. And he's in the same tier, 3B, as Trevor Lawrence and Tua Tagovailoa, saying solid starters, but they need help. Solid starter, but need help. Yeah, in the row, right above.
They literally have in PFF Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith, even Jared Goff. Justin Herbert? How the hell is he in top tier? He hasn't done anything. Like, he ain't got no playoff win.
Right above Dak Prescott, we have Kyler Murray, who's done what?
Exactly. My same settlement. Like, what has Kyle Murray done? Or Justin Herbert done? Or Geno Smith done, or Baker Mayfield done that would put you above that, or even really C.J. Stroud. He had 2 good seasons But he hasn't gotten any further than Dak has.
Exactly. Baker Mayfield? What? He's on another team for a reason. Did everybody forget how his career started? I guess body of work no longer matters. It's how much do you like how that quarterback looks?
No, and it's only because they only rank Dak Prescott based off his playoff games. They don't rank him in the totality of his whole career. They rank him off the 3 losses that he has in the play, or the last 3 losses in the playoffs. Like, which is ass.
Because that's what this looks like to me. How much do you like how that quarterback looks? Or is this quarterback your favorite guy? Is this your favorite quarterback? Right? Because, bro, according to PFF, is crazy. It didn't say according to a writer about PFF. According to PFF, this is the problem. You got these type of sites influencing people with guys who don't know nothing about the game, don't know nothing about football, have never touched a football field in their lives, sitting here trying to give grades to players of what's going on the field. They have no clue what the hell they're looking at. They might as well be trying to read Braille without no knowledge of the damn phonetics. So somehow, Jared Goff, Geno Smith, and Brock Purdy get into a category of solid starters who flashed high-end play. I'm sorry, have any of those guys been in MVP finalists? Have any of those guys finished top 2 for the league MVP? That's what I need to ask. Is Brock Purdy not getting the most help, or has some of the most help his entire career outside of last season when his entire team was hurt? Did I go into a coma and miss all?
Right, Messi? Right? Exactly.
All these times where Geno Smith flashed all this high-end.
In my mind, there's no way Dak Prescott should be below tier right here. He should be either at this tier or above it. No matter where you put him, he should be at this tier or above it at minimum. No way in hell you should put Geno Smith or really Brock Purdy above him. Neither of those quarterbacks have ever, or Jared Goff, honestly, has never been an MVP candidate.
Player ability. You know what? Let's go ahead and just cut through the meat of this. And then they got Justin Herbert up there who somehow continues to avoid any of these rankings, man.
Yeah, I don't get the Justin Herbert love. Like, yeah, he's a talented dude, but what has he done? What has he done? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing Justin Herbert's done.
We look at this real quick. If we actually look at real statistics, real analytics, we actually look at this, man. It's not even close. Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than all of these guys, and it's not even close. Quarterback rating. Dak has a better quarterback rating than all of these guys. Touchdown interception ratio. Dak has a better ratio than all of these guys. Outside of Herbert. Completion percentage. Dak Prescott wins there. And don't say he's dinking and dunking, because he actually has the highest pass yardage per attempt as well at 7.6. And he has the most responsibility out of all of these guys not named Justin Herbert, because he's responsible for yards per game in his entire career, bro. This ain't just for one season. This ain't just for half a season, Jordan Love. This is his entire career. He's been had to be responsible for 260 yards a game while throwing for the most touchdowns.
It is absolutely, like, PFF's list is crazy. It's like these people don't know what they're watching when they're watching football. It's like they're watching curling or something, or some other foreign sport that they just don't understand. PFF is wildly wrong with a lot of their
a very respectable amount of interceptions. In fact, if you look at Geno's interceptions, he has 105 passing touchdowns compared to Dak's 213, and 72 interceptions for Geno, only 82 for Dak. So he has 10 less interceptions, and Dak has over 100 more touchdowns than Geno Smith. What are we? See, PFF, y'all are losing credibility because y'all are hiring these 18-year-old trolls who have never touched a girl in their lives. The only person they've ever touched.
Who the people that work for PFF have touched, whether they've touched a girl or not, that really has no concern towards me or effect towards me whatsoever. But they suck when it comes to football analytics. It's like they put numbers in a hat and they pull them out, and then that's where you sit. Like, It ain't
It's
real.
their own hand when they sit on it long enough to make it fall asleep and make it seem like it's somebody else.
Use PFF for a lot of things. I don't go by a lot of stats because you could take stats and you can make them push to any narrative that you want to make them fit. Damn near. It's ridiculous.
Y'all continue to hire these Jurgens bandits, bro. They're either Jurgens bandits or they're sitting up in an office building somewhere in Malaysia, bro. And y'all hiring these dudes and giving them the authority as if they know what the hell they're looking at. Because there's no way you can make these type of rankings and be honest and be being genuine, bro. There's no way you can look at body of work and ignore the fact that Dak Prescott, whether you like him or not, body of work.
I agree, Messi. I think they're very, very delusional and inaccurate with a lot of their stuff.
At minimum, he's top 7. At minimum, he's high-end starter. He's an all-pro. He's an MVP runner-up. He has more Pro Bowls than any above him. He's led more #1 offenses than any of these other guys on the list above him. And he's had more responsibility within his offenses than any of these other guys on the list above him outside of his 2016 2018 years when Zeke was actually here and he was a real factor, bro. Outside of that, Dak has had an abnormal amount of responsibility within the offense.
Right, Messi? Yeah, it's like they watching some complete different sport, and then the numbers that they put with it just don't and see played.
Plays in, whether it be him having to make checks and doing all the other stuff that offensive linemen usually typically help quarterbacks do, and making sure that he's getting guys in position and he's trying to teach guys on the fly because the coaching staff ain't doing a good enough job of doing it themselves. Regardless of how you want to look at this, bro, this is just downright diabolical to have him ranked 17. I'm gonna say this right now, man. I'm gonna say this right now. We all just need to boycott PFF. We all just need to boycott instead of.
I mean, I agree to an extent on the system, but it can't be solid if it's biased and has favoritism. That makes it a homer page. So they're gonna favoritism to who they like and put them where they want them, and everybody else, that whether they're better or not, suffers. And they push that narrative out to the general public and persuade public opinion and make people think that what they're saying is, in a lot of cases, it's just not.
Mad about stuff like this, start boycotting it. Don't share it. Don't like it. Don't quote it with an angry post. Don't do any of it. Don't give it attention because that's all they want, bruh. Punish these fools, bruh. Make these people actually be sources of information, man. Punish these dudes or get them out of the business of trying to do rankings and all that other stuff because, quite frankly, y'all ain't qualified, bruh. Y'all are not qualified. I don't have to dig into any other statistics, bro. Y'all are not qualified. You can't look at a Jalen Hurts and look at the team he has around him and say, oh, he's a high-end starter and not put him on the tier of, oh, he needs help. We've seen what Jalen Hurts looked like before A.J. Brown got there. He was a replacement level guy. Stop it, bro. All of this microwave mentality, getting caught up in a vacuum. Oh, ranking guys after one. See, Jaden Daniels is not in the NFL after one season, bro. We did this with C.J. Stroud. We did the same thing with C.J. Stroud. All of a sudden, next season, he's top 14. He went from being number 7, number 6 to number 14 now because you dudes have no clue how to evaluate what the f you're looking at, bro.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
Anyway, stop giving PFF time and energy.
What? Huh? I'm not really trying to go places because I'm not trying to have you call you to get you to come back.
And my phone.
You ever stop referring to PFF as some type of authority on statistics or rankings or understanding these players? Because at the end of the day, you yourself as an individual probably have more authority on the game of football than any guys that they have hired to do that job for them at PFF, man. This is sad, bro. Like, this is sad. You putting Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Geno Smith, Jared, you putting all these dudes above Dak is nuts to me, bro. And again, it's your opinion, but your opinion is ass. And shut your ass up. Now, bow. Them Cowboys.
Yes, sir. AOC let it be known. Shut your bitch ass up. Hey. A's for horses. Better for cows. Pigs don't eat because their ass don't know how. Hey, all right. So let's go ahead and get into this next video.
Calvin Watkins.
We got here for you. It's an interview with Brian Schottenheimer. Actually, we might save this one for last. We might save this one for last.
Before we get into the hot news, welcome to Attack on Cowboys, and today we have an injury update on Dallas Cowboys.
We got Dallas Cowboys sending threats to Trayvon Diggs. I thought that was kind of interesting. I was kind of wondering what the hell he was talking about. It's doing all right, bro. It's all right. I'm just doing a quick football live to try to catch up because I ain't been on it in a couple of weeks and been slack-assing. I do have another live later tonight at 7 p.m. For WWE Money in the Bank, but I wanted to get on and talk football a little bit here with y'all since I've been kind of slacking on that. So what up, Philly Matt?
Boys cornerback Trayvon Diggs, and the front office, they moving a little bit weird, and it's not exactly matching up with what's being said through the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer. And we might just keep it real on why things are just so weird surrounding Trayvon Diggs and why it seems like the organization is kind of lukewarm with the guy. Let's get right into it and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content. All right, so you see here, Brandon Lurie writes that Trayvon Diggs is taking another step in his recovery, and this is via Dr. Reef on IG. He says, quote, "In this phase, we are starting to reintroduce light, functional, athletic, and positional football movements while still keeping impact low to protect healing while bone growth."
What's good, Dan? What it do? What it do? Welcome in the building, brother.
Okay, so
what up, New Life? Did the milk spoil? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, New Life. You need to go on the other live stream. Oh. You need to go on the other live stream, the one with the red alarm bell. You're in this one right now. That way you can watch the visuals to the audio. All right, back to it.
That's just kind of a quick medical update on where Trayvon Diggs is. But the organization also spoke about.
Wait, hold up. I know why it's echoing. Hold on. Let me fix it. Let me know if this fixes the echo here for you guys. What up, Billy? What it do? What it do? Welcome in the room. All right, let me know if this fixes the echo for you.
About Trayvon Diggs as well, and I want to kind of get into this because we're going to listen to what head coach Brian Schottenheimer had to serve on Diggs and take a look at some of the things he said concerning him, and then we're going to look at what the front office is subsequently doing, apparently behind closed doors, or preparing to do, and how it isn't making sense, and we're about to start making sense of this. And we got to keep it real.
All right, break it down for us, AOC. Break it down.
Amazing.
I ain't doing his intro.
He's down in Miami doing some training, and no timeline for the return. But
did that clear up the echo? All right, yeah, I had it so that it was playing the audio from the computer, but you guys were also hearing it through my speakers. So I had to mute one of them so that you would be able to not have the echo. Cool. I'm glad it worked.
I had to come back a couple weeks ago to get checked out by the doc, and all signs are positive.
Okay, so I want y'all to pay attention to a couple of things here. There was some information unveiled here. It seems like Trayvon Diggs is only appearing at the start when he absolutely has to be. Like, it seems like the only time they've seen him so far this offseason, he said a couple of weeks ago, it seems like the only time they've seen him so far all season is when he got his mandatory medical checkups. Right?
And as far as I know, right now at this point in the offseason, Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons are the only ones that aren't actively at the facility every day. Everybody else is always there. Everybody else is always showing up. Micah Parsons does show up and come in when there's a new install that he has to be there part of. And he said he will be a part of minicamp and training camp. So we'll just have to see. This is voluntary right now. These are voluntary workouts. But we would like to have Micah Parsons there. I understand with the contract that's a little bit complicated because he's fighting for a contract. It would suck if he go out there and practice and get hurt and then mess that all up. So he's got the leverage in his deal right now. So he's doing what's best for him to get the contract, but he's also staying up to date and in the news with the new coaching staff and all the things that are going on with the team. So he's not missing out on anything. Diggs, on the other hand, he's hurt and healing and recovery, but he ain't really in the building.
Right, where the team is.
No, Billy. No. How'd you get back in the house? Why is my garage open? You need to close my garage.
It's like, hey, you're under contract. We need to see what's going on with your body. Be up here. That's the first thing. Second, Trevon Diggs is away from the team. Ron Schottenheimer said he's in Miami, right? Very interesting. For one, I hope you ain't in Miami with Steph, because we know what Steph was just doing before he was.
What?
I need the charger, but Addison took it.
You're not taking a charger to your friend's house.
No, he's not.
Oh, well then just put your phone on the charger.
Why does he have to take the charger? I need
I
it.
don't know.
When they left,
Because she's dealing with some stuff and she's gonna be there for a while.
she's been there.
Threw his ass back.
She'll probably be there
So I hope
longer.
you weren't
She's
out
at the
there
hospital.
with your big brother. I hope you weren't out there with big brother.
Same thing, bro.
And while the
She's
team
at the
was
hospital
aware
visiting
of
a
where he
doctor.
is and what he's doing, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have signed off on this. And why do we know they haven't signed off on the approach Diggs is necessarily taking to his rehab? Is he's getting threatened to get money taken away to the tune of $500,000 taken out of his contract. The contract, which, by the way, doesn't have much guaranteed money left on it at all. So any little bit of point that's getting taken out of his contract at this point, it matters, right? So Clarence Hill Jr. is reporting that
Good old Clarence Hill.
We think Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs is in danger. Of course,
It'll never be a dirty bird world.
$100K in
AFC
pay
West?
for missing offseason programs while injured and rehab, giving his widely known
I have to
issue
look
with
real
training
quick.
staff. Are the Cowboys considering doing that? Yes. Source.
I'll get you an answer
So
here in a second,
apparently,
Billy.
this is not just Clarence Hill. Todd Arthur of ESPN also wrote an entire article about
Damn it.
what is going on, everybody. Welcome back to Attack on Cowboy.
You want a red?
Welcome back to Attack.
Michael, you want a red popsicle? You don't have to.
No, he can't have another one.
Right, where the team
He
is
already
saying,
had
hey, the contract, we need to see what's going on with your body. Be up here. That's the first thing. Second, Trevon Diggs is away from the team. Ron Schottenheimer said he's in Miami, right? Very interesting. For one, I hope you ain't in Miami with Steph, because we know what
Well, then
Steph was
don't
just
answer
doing
it.
before he threw his ass back
Hey,
to
I'm good.
Foxborough. So I hope you weren't out there with your big brother. I hope out there with big brother. And while the team is aware of where he is and what he's doing, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have signed off on him. And why do we know they haven't signed off on the approach that Diggs is necessarily taking to his rehab? Is because he's getting threatened to get money taken away to the tune of $500,000 taken out of his contract. The contract, which, by the way, doesn't have.
Out of the AFC West, who do I think will be the division winner? It'll probably be the Chiefs again. But if not, maybe the Chargers. I don't know. It'd be a toss-up between the Chargers and the Broncos. I don't think the Raiders are going to be there.
We're not watching Batman until years are happening, okay? We're not watching Batman. Okay. We're not watching Batman, okay? We're not.
No, he heard him say it. You think the Chiefs aren't going to be ahead of the Broncos or the Chargers? I don't know, man. It's hard. That's hard, brother. The Broncos and the Chargers got something that they've been building, but we'll have to see.
Much guaranteed money left on it at all. So any little bit of point that's getting taken out of his contract at this point, it matters, right? So Clarence Hill Jr. is reporting that he said this. Do y'all really think Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs is in danger of forfeiting $500K in base pay for missing offseason program while injured rehab, giving his widely known issues with training staff? Are the Cowboys considering doing that? Yes, per source. So apparently, this is not just Clarence Hill. Todd Archer of ESPN also wrote an entire article about this around the same time Clarence Hill started discussing this as well. So that lets me know that the front office, they kind of put out a memo like, hey, we're going to actually do it. And they probably let some of the foot soldiers know, hey, yeah, we're actually thinking about doing this. Diggs isn't readily available like he should be for an offseason program. And they sent that message out to the media.
All right, so let me read this again. It says, do you really think the Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs is in danger of forfeiting $500K in base pay for missing offseason program while injured and rehabbing, giving him his widely known issues with training staff? Are the Cowboys considering doing that? Yes, per sources. Who are the sources,
right
though,
here,
Clarence Hill?
Clarence Hill report this. And then you see Todd Archer literally write an article about the very same thing.
Figure it
20
out.
minutes before Clarence Hill posted what he said, right? This information came out at the same time. When something like that happens, it's
so that was what Clarence Hill said. Now Todd Archer says, per his contract, Trevon Diggs is in danger of losing out on $500K for missing offseason programs. How? Like right now, it's still voluntary.
What reason is that? Let's get real about what's going on with Trevon Diggs and why things are so weird and why we're able to have conversations about a guy that was an all-pro, a guy that led league in interception, a guy that showcased the ability of a top-flight corner, even though he could give up.
Tom Brady's not coming back.
Corner does it unless you're like a lockdown.
Dude, words, not lines. We don't want lines. We want words. You getting it? Calm your little ass down. Good little children, and then I go online. You need this, you want that. Why is there no cereal? Like, as soon as I get online, y'all need me to do all kinds of things. Y'all are going to have to do all this shit. Cool. Micah, enough. Micah, I said enough.
Why would you tell me that? I'm your bodyguard, but I don't want to get
Well, I haven't been able to do my I sit there for hours.
Really helpful. Great description. Someone else. I really failed my job. I think you did. My client's dead, so I don't have to worry about it. That's a good point, but I have to laugh again. Great news, sir. I'm the murderer, which means I can excuse me. I need a Thanksgiving feast.
Micah, calm down. Enough. Micah, enough.
Grab the sheriff's gun and protect yourself now.
Take it out of there, now.
As your bodyguard, sir, I grant you permission.
Take it out of the dog.
Listen, you're a great bodyguard, but I have to do this to you. Count down from 10, sonny. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's two. We didn't know what would happen. I feel bad, but I'm done. Well, I'm proud to say I did my duties well. You still alive? Yeah, of course, it's roadblocks. We just respawn after you leave. Oh, yeah, you took that too seriously.
Sorry, chat. That's fine. Sit your butt. Change your butt.
Outside as soon as possible. I'm gonna keep you safe before you leave the tombs. Are you sure this is a good idea? Are you a sheriff or something? Yes. I have a pizza gun. Oh, my goodness. You might be the dumbest bodyguard. At least you checked. Yes, the muscles will block out the murder.
Well,
Right, bro. Sit down.
We can get you out of diapers and you can start going party like a big boy, like we've been trying to get you to do.
I'll protect you with my bicep.
You don't need diapers if you're going party. Wearing underwear like that, you trust
No
me.
one's going down there.
No, nobody needs diapers if you know how to
You're
use
the
the
sheriff
party.
shooting the lock. If they die, I'll go grab a gun. Thank you. How are you defending me from the murderer coming down here and killing me, by the way? Because my big muscles will block him out. And the murderer just got
There. All right. Now you guys all set?
Yeah, I just fixed it. Keep them distracted as your bodyguard. And try to hide in this barrel right now.
Take a video. All right. Sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that. Dude, it's like literally as soon as I get live, I'm needed for 100 things. If I don't go on live, I could sit here for hours, and not be needed. But as soon as I hit that button to go live, daddy, like, come on now. Like, y'all had me the whole time before and didn't let me do nothing. What up, Brad? What up? Stardashian, what's good? Jeff Lee, what it do? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Y'all just now tapping in. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know. There's 2 live streams going on right now. This one will have the audio for the videos that I'm reacting to, so you can stay here and watch it. And you'll see me and listen to the audio that I'm reacting to, or you can click the link up here and go to the other live stream, and you'll get to watch the visuals to all the audio that we are reacting to. But we're going to go ahead and get back into this now that I've got this stuff figured out in the house. Let's go ahead and break back down and get into this video.
Island typing, right? But he showcased the ability to be a top flight corner in today's NFL. Why would we all even be having discussions about him potentially not being a part of this Cowboys team anymore? It's
Y'all crazy. Hey, there won't be no fighting at my damn meet and greets when I have them. No fighting. And you guys don't live in the same city. Unless you live in Detroit, Billy, you guys don't live in the same city.
because availability is your best ability. And Trevon Diggs has not been able to be available
You do the same,
for
Jeff.
his contract. And not only that, but this team is moving towards a more family-oriented, a more united front type of culture, right? It's becoming a much close-knit culture to the point where you got the head coach going to the cafeteria workers and the people that's on the lowest part of the proverbial totem pole. You got the head coach going to those people and letting them know, like, hey, you have an open line of communication with me. If anything is going wrong, if you need anything, he is going out of his way to create this culture. Everybody is feeling included. It's like, hey, you go talk to a neighbor, you talk to a neighbor, and y'all talk to people that y'all normally don't talk to. You got a head coach that's really building
Well, no fighting.
culture.
No fighting.
Right. Let's get real, y'all. Let's get real. Trevon Diggs' biggest thing is
This ain't Mortal Kombat, and I ain't yelling. Fight! What? Just let him watch his video. Leave his tablet alone. Unless he needs help.
he needs to do right now is he
The
just
referee.
because that's what this boils down to, right?
God damn.
Trevon Diggs needs to repair relationships at this point in time. That is what's wrong right now. He had
What it sounds like coming out of the building in Dallas is Trayvon Diggs is losing his sponsorships in the building. As in, he does not have people that are going to be on the staff that are going to actively fight for keeping him around because of his actions towards people. He wants to have his own training people. He's kind of being very diva-y, and he's not really wanting to be around the facility. I don't know. Trayvon Diggs, we love you, brother. But, man, your off-field antics with the way you do things around recovery are just improper, bro. They just improper. I'm a problem solver,
training
too.
staff in the past,
I'm going to solve this whole problem.
Rehab, maybe he was
Sometime.
willing to maybe.
What up, Just? We the boys.
Maybe trust
Yes, sir. Hey, yo, check it,
when
Just.
you have a coaching staff that is trying to send a message that this entire team
That's
about each other. We're a man for a man. We're a woman for a woman.
If you just saw what I just did, Dust, you're on the alternate live stream. There's 2 live streams. If you go to my channel up here, you'll see that there's another one you can watch the video at.
Or a trainer, or a assistant coach, or a quality control assistant.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
you are, you have value. I want to make sure.
Yeah, you go to the actual channel and you'll be able to go into the other live stream where the video for this audio is. Dude, yes, he went to go play. You do what you're doing. You're not going outside by yourself. Witten can't watch you outside. He's not big enough to watch you, and you're not big enough to be out there by yourself.
No.
So go watch your videos.
No, we play.
Well, then go play, but you're not going outside. Not unless a grown-up is out there with you, baby. Sorry. We'll go play here in a little bit, but you need to go watch your videos for right now. Okay? All right, go be good boy. Love you.
If you're giving your all towards making us be successful, Trevon Diggs needs to have his ass in the building. That's what this boils down to. Is he's out.
Y'all realize this is just the internet, right? And everything you guys say, you're implementing yourself in a crime. It's gonna track back to you. You'll get arrested, go to jail, and then what was it all for? Some words? Come on, man. These are just words. Don't let these words get y'all out of your character.
Almost isolated.
I agree,
himself.
Just. I totally agree, brother.
He was very close with his positional coach, and y'all wonder why Al Harris didn't come back. And it's because the Cowboys felt like Al Harris was unprofessional in some ways as it pertained to how he allowed himself to interact.
Hey, I got a way to settle this. Y'all both go on Fortnite, 1v1 each other, and then y'all can kill each other on Fortnite. And then make that feel like your reality and move on with your reality life.
What is going on there? Welcome back to Attack on Cap. A more united front type of culture, right? It's becoming a much more close-knit culture to the point where you got the head coach going to the cafeteria workers.
The last couple of years has not been good for Trayvon Diggs. Health-wise. Get this damn glare out of my damn glare. I keep seeing peek behind me. All right. That's better. But yeah, he needs to just get in the facility, be with his teammates, or he just needs to go on about his damn way. Because at this point, Trayvon Diggs is becoming more of a problem in the headlines than he is becoming a solution.
You know, the people that's on the lowest part of the proverbial totem pole, you got the head coach going to those people and letting them know, like, hey, you have open line of communication with you. If anything is going on, if you need anything, it's going out of this way to create this culture. Everybody is feeling included. It's like, hey, you go talk to a neighbor, you talk to a neighbor, and y'all talk to people that y'all normally
DC
don't
for
talk to.
life.
You got a head coach that's really building this
Exactly, man.
culture right now.
So far, like, I mean, you could say Micah Parsons' contract has been slightly dramatized, mostly by mainstream media. But like the only actual negatives coming out of Cowboys camp right now are surrounding Trayvon Diggs and the way he is going about his recovery and his training to get back in shape. He wants to do it on his own terms. He doesn't want to be around the staff. He doesn't want to be around the staff. He wants his own trainers. He's just being very diva. Come on, close that door. Yeah, I see you. You got all your clothes on backwards except your pants. Go. Your feet ain't backwards either, so it looks weird. So, man, Trayvon Diggs just needs to either move on about his damn way or be a good teammate and be a good person as far as Cowboys. Like, I understand he may have his own feelings and things that he wants to do, but when you commit yourself to a team and you want to be a part of that team and you want that team to get to the promised land that everybody else wants to get it to, well, you need to fall in line with that team. And it's not about you, Trayvon. It's not about you, Trayvon Diggs. It's about the team. You are a functioning part of that team. We would love to have you here. We think you are a phenomenal talent. But, man, go about shit the right way. Get your ass in gear. Get there with the training staff, with the Cowboys, so that they can go ahead and get you back to where you need to be to get you back on the damn field so that we can have you on the field for a full season. Because the last 2 years, you have rode the bench pretty damn hard, my boy. You have rode that bench pretty damn hard, Trayvon. I love you. You're one of my favorite players. But some of these things that I keep hearing coming out about you with the way you're going about your recovery is just ass backwards. And it's not conducive of building good culture. It's not conducive of being a good teammate. It's selfish. It's ignorant. And get your ass in check or get your ass gone. Is how the Cowboys should be about this. Brian Schottenheimer wants to set a tone. Trayvon, you're either going to go about it the way that you're supposed to, that you committed yourself to, or you can go do it somewhere else all by your damn lonesome. All by your damn lonesome. Exactly, man. We're trying to get past this. We're trying to get past this damn shit.
Get real, though. Let's get real. Trevon Diggs' biggest thing that he needs to do right now is he needs to repair relationships. Because that's what this boils down to, right? Trevon Diggs needs to repair relationships at this point in time. That is what's wrong right now. He had issues with the training staff in the past based off of how he approached his rehab. Maybe he wasn't willing to maybe abide by what they wanted him to do as much. Maybe he trusted his guys more. But when you have a coaching staff that is trying to send a message that this entire team,
yeah, messy. That's very contradictory because you say I'm laid back chilling. Well, you poking jabs, bro. You poking jabs. That ain't laid back and chilling. You poke a jab, and then you go back to chilling.
we're about each other. We're a man for a man. We're a woman for a woman.
And if you guys don't know, on this stream here, this is actually an alternate stream. So if you go to the channel, you'll see there's 2 live streams. That top one with the red alarm bell, that's where you should be to get the visuals to the audio we are watching right now, or to get the visuals to the video we are watching right now, and the full aspect of the content. So there's 2 live streams. This one here, this is the audio version of it. So That is the actual video version. So if you want to watch the video that I'm reacting to as well, you can go ahead and tap over there. If you don't care and you're fine with just the audio, you're welcome to stay here as well.
A woman for a man. We're here for each other, regardless of what your role is in this building, in this organization. Whether you're a janitor or a cook or a trainer or a assistant coach or a quality control assistant, whatever you are, you have value. I want to make sure that you're giving your all towards making
Life, that's crazy,
Trevon
bro.
Diggs needs to have his ass.
Nooster, that shit's crazy.
That's what this boils down to. Is he's almost isolated.
1, 2, 3, you win.
And
So
what has happened is he was very close with his positional coach, and y'all wonder why Al Harris didn't come back. And it's because the Cowboys felt like Al Harris was unprofessional in some ways as it pertained to how he allowed himself to interact with his subordinates, essentially. It's still a business structure. The NFL is a football team, but it's still a business structure. You're essentially still a manager hanging out with your employees on your shift when you're a positional coach, and you're creating this relationship.
Facts, AOC, facts.
Players like homie and homie, brother and brother. It's not the type of relationship.
Oh man, what it do you, yo, right back at you.
To be objective in doing your job, right? When people can look at you and feel like you're not going to pick favorites and who gets to play, who gets playing time, whether or not it's.
Oh, they talking about the drama surrounding Trayvon Diggs this offseason with how he's going about his recovery and training. That he's wanting on his terms. He's wanting to do it with his own people. He's not wanting the Cowboys, the training staff, to be the one. Like, dude, you commit yourself to a team. Go be part of that team, Trayvon. I love you, bro. I think you're a phenomenal player, a great talent. But, man, cut the shit with being a diva.
Instrumental to position group or not, right? There was a lot going on to where Trevon Diggs, and you can see a lot of this from the outside looking in. Some of this may come from being able to talk to people that's around the building more, right? But Trevon Diggs is almost, and this is me putting this together at this point, why this looks so weird, why this is going on. He's almost isolated himself. He's almost put himself on an island where Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb are the only guys that selling to that island, right? Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb are only guys that are really extending themselves to make themselves a part of Trevon Diggs' island, right? And that's not going to fly here. And he's rubbed someone the wrong way. I don't know who, I don't know why, I don't know if it's justified for the person to feel as if he rubbed them the wrong way, but he has rubbed somebody in authority the wrong way to where this franchise is no longer sold on the idea of having Trevon Diggs be a lifetime Cowboy. I don't think that anybody in this front office is looking at Trevon Diggs as that type of player for this franchise anymore. And
it's sad because I think he very well could have been. I think he could have very well been an excellent franchise player. The Cowboys, man, that's one the Cowboys have always done to their detriment. When they get their guys, sometimes they'll hold on to their guys way longer than they need to, or way longer than they should, and they'll play them when they're past their prime instead of getting rid of them and getting that equity back off of them and being able to find a younger version. But Trayvon Diggs is eliminating himself from even being qualified to be that. Like, he was, and then these antics have just diminished the value of it.
If you really want to break it down, that's why they really were able to get the kind of contract they got with him. It's because they were not sold on this. They made it to where he wasn't going to have any money left on the last couple of years of his deal, to where it would be a minimal impact to the franchise if they were to try to move on from things, right? So he kind of set himself up for this with how his contract was set up as well. But at the same time, his lack of availability and his lack of ability to be personable with everyone and be someone that I guess franchise is really able to look to and put all their eggs in that basket. Now, of course, Trevon Diggs helps this team. If he's able to come back and he's healthy, Trevon Diggs absolutely helps this team. Trevon Diggs, if he's able to come back, I can't stress enough. This ain't nothing to do with Diggs, but man, his will may be strong, but the human body is strong. And the type of injuries he accumulating at that position he's playing. There's really no precedent been set for guys being able to come back and be who they once were with the type of injuries now that he's had.
No, the only players that have really came back to be great were Adrian Peterson and Overshawn last year. Hopefully Overshawn can do it again. But damn, it's crazy. Like, it's just sad that Trayvon, his thought process is like that where he wants to not be.
There's
I don't
no
get it.
precedent that's been set to let us know that Trayvon Diggs make us feel as if Trayvon Diggs is going to come back and be good. That's why we're now having to have very real conversations. This very vanilla, basic stuff. That may have been the most vanilla and basic answer Brian Schottenheimer ever given on any topic. All signs are positive. That's all he could say about Trayvon Diggs because Trayvon hasn't been around. And that's what I'm saying. He needs to repair relationships. If he wants to be a Cowboy, relationships need to be repaired. And he has to open himself up to doing things the way the organization wants people to do. And that's because
I agree wholeheartedly with
AOC. Someone the
AOC.
wrong way because otherwise you'll be getting protected much more by the team than what you are. I haven't heard any of these guys, Steven, any of these guys come out and overtly talk about how much of a positive impact on this franchise you are, how much they need you back, how much this is. Not this time around. Not maybe the first time. The first time everybody felt it. Everybody was like, dang. But not this time around. Organizations like, we need to make a business decision. We like Diggs, and if he can be healthy, if he can be him, then he's a good asset. But at this point, we're kind of starting to get to a risk reward type of area. And is the risk outweighing the reward in the eyes of the franchise? It's not my opinion. This is based off what we're seeing, bro. Because for Shotty to say he's in Miami, but the team also be we're going fine if you're not actually here. For that to even come out, to this be a discussion, right?
Don't worry, I see you.
We've been in communication with Diggs and they know where his mind is. It shouldn't even be a discussion. Oh, he's going to be here. We're expecting to be here. We're not worried about that. No, we're not worried. We don't anticipate having to do anything like that. He's going to be here. It's not what we're seeing. It was, we're considering doing, this is going to happen. And if he's not here the way we need him to be, that lets you know that there's not communication. And that is why, if there's no communication ruins all relationships. If there's no communication, we cannot sit here with silver.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, the facts that he's presented are pretty much over. It's mostly his opinion now at that point. But, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, ladies, I wish that Trayvon Diggs would get his damn ass in gear and go get with the team. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You made a commitment by signing that contract. To be a part of this organization, to be a part of this team, to be a brother to your teammates. And you're being selfish and ignorant, Trayvon. Selfish and ignorant. And based off of the play that we've gotten out of the last 2 years, you don't really have the room to do that. Your first 2 years that were great are starting to spoil because of your antics now. So get your ass in gear, Trayvon. We want you on the team. We want your talent. We want you to be a part of this, and we want you to want to be a part of it. Because if not, then maybe just take your ass on somewhere else. Like, at the end of the day, just take your ass on somewhere else if this ain't what you want, Trayvon.
Oh boy, OTA practices are officially in the books, and we're going to go over all the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations from practice. I do want to start off this video by explaining that the media over there in Dallas, they're not allowed to show highlights or footage from practice, but they can show us pictures. But with that being said, we can still cover every observation from practice. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We'll dive in, go give a follow to all the Cowboys media members. Without them, these videos just are not possible to make. Hit the like button. Let's dive into the video. Now, I did want to take a listen to some interviews from Brian Schottenheimer. We're going to do that a little bit later. But the first takeaway from yesterday's practice was George Pickens had one of the biggest plays of the day. And keep in mind, CeeDee Lamb did take yesterday off. But, man, when media was there, George Pickens had an insane grab from Dak Prescott in a little bit of like a scramble drill, a little bit of a bootleg, get outside the pocket. The ball was falling like it was going out of bounds. And George Pickens comes out of nowhere, front pylon, kept both feet in bounds for a touchdown as he was falling out of bounds. Craziest play of the day. George Pickens, you can tell his energy as a wide receiver too is going to be phenomenal alongside CeeDee Lamb. And comment down below.
I can't wait to see these two on the field
Pairing up
together.
CeeDee and George Pickens within this offense. You also have Wyatt Thomas getting a lot of reps with the first team offense. You can see here. Make sure you go follow Nick Harris on X or Twitter. He has been saying that Thomas has been getting a lot of the reps with the first team defense over the last couple of days, last couple of weeks here. And as we progress even further into mandatory minicamp, we're really going to tell which one of these guys are really standing out. So right now, you got Malik Hooker, you got Donovan Wilson, you got Wyatt Thomas, you got Israel, who's playing a lot of nickel as of late. A lot of these DBs are starting to look good in new spots. Now, we can also talk a little bit about some rookies. Tyler Booker is getting a lot of reps with the first team offense. That is a really good sign. Obviously, losing Zach Moore in this offseason to retire.
Tyler Booker came in calling out.
Coming here in fill guard position. You have
Tyler Booker came in calling out Jalen Carter out the gate, saying, I'm ready. I want to play against Jalen Carter. I want to put Jalen Carter in the dirt. I want to see it. Week 1, September 4th, 4:30 p.m. We will be watching it. And I would love to see him back up his words. It'd be a phenomenal thing. What? Spidey Man? Spidey Toys? Here, Micah.
Yes, I'm drawing innocent.
No one wants it.
Hey, Hunter, how did you get over this? There's a wall. Hey, Hunter!
Tyler Guyton at left tackle. You have Tyler Smith at left guard. You have Tyler Booker at right guard. And then you got some other guys, Cooper and Terrence Steele, along center and right tackle as well. They've also added some depth with Rob Jones, Johnny Cornelius, Sidney Charles, and Hakeem Adeniji. So the offensive line does look a little bit better.
You're
But then
being
you
too
flip
loud,
sides, go to
bro.
the other trench, and you got
You're going to have to take that up in
Donovan,
your room
this
if you don't
dude
stop.
is a beast. He's getting a lot of first team reps with the defense as well. You have Mike Parsons, who has not been at practice. They do expect him back for mandatory minicamp. But
Don't take
without,
forever.
you
Take
see
it.
Donovan E here
Touch the
getting a
screen
lot of
before it
reps with
times
that
out
first
again.
team alongside Dante Fowler, who I believe has changed his number from 3 to 13. And George Pickens has went to 3.
I would assume. Mike and I talked a couple of days ago. Again, he's doing a little bit of traveling. But again, everything that I've talked about, I expect that he will be here. And like I said, I'd say each and every week, Mike and I have had great communication. Everything I've asked him to do and vice versa. He's followed through on, so I'm expecting.
We also get to see a little bit more from Sam Williams. Obviously, he's trying to get back healthy. A guy they have a lot of faith in, a former second-round pick back in, I believe, 2022. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's another guy off the edge that they're really excited about. Obviously, had an injury last year, and he's working his way back. Obviously, from Tommy Yarish here. Sam Williams is still working with the rehab group, and today had a brace on that left knee, as we can see in this picture.
Yeah, biceps look huge. I mean, his arms, he's doing great. And again, I think Rick Brown does an incredible job with all those guys. The guys are rehabbing, and he looks great. Again, no timetable, but again, you guys see him moving and the size and the speed and athleticism. I run down there and check on those guys a lot just to see how they're doing. And he and Donald and all those guys, they know they're all doing great. Yeah, biceps look.
Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I am so excited for this DB room, right? We have no idea what's going on.
So did they ask Brian Schottenheimer about Sam's knee, and he said arms will look huge, biceps are big. Is that what the comment was? Like, is that what?
Trayvon Diggs, he should be back.
Just to see how they're doing. And table, but all those guys, the guys are rehabbing, and biceps look huge.
a brace on that left
Let
knee.
me-
as you
let me
can
hear it
see in this
again.
picture.
Yeah, biceps look huge. I mean,
We don't know what the question was, but the answer was biceps look huge, arms are big. What the
he's doing
hell?
great. And again, I think Rick did an incredible job with all those guys. The guys are rehabbing, and he looks great. Again, no timetable, but you guys just to see how they're doing. He and Don and all those guys, getting older, all doing great. Yeah, biceps look.
Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I am so excited for this DB room, right? We have no idea what's going on with Trayvon Diggs. He should be back at some point in time, right? We'll see what happens. However, there are still guys I love, okay? And the Dallas Cowboys did one thing this offseason. They prioritized raw potential, untapped potential in players, right? When you look at Kenneth Murray, look at Jack Sanborn, you look at Kyer Elam and, Peyton Turner, right? These guys all have one thing. High-round picks with major potential, okay? Now, Kyer Elam from Buffalo, former first-round pick, dude.
Wait, you need to take your phone call upstairs. Witten,
Dark up there.
it's not dark up there.
Yeah, it is.
Open your window or turn your light on.
I can't.
You can open your
My
curtain.
arms are broken. My arms are broken. I can't move them.
I'll break your arm for real. You won't break.
He's looking good. Now, I know I'm showing Kalen Carson here, but overall, that DB room, I am very, very excited about.
No.
Kyer Elam is taking a
I'm not
step
trying to
up
have your
where,
phone call in my
listen,
video.
sometimes, right, if you're a first-round pick, talent is there. Talent is not the issue. Sometimes it's the fit, it's the scheme, it's the coaching, okay? So when you take these first-round picks and put them in a new team, a new coach setting, a new just setting in general, right, sometimes they take off. And that is kind of what we're seeing with Kyer Elam. Now, before we kind of show you and break down a clip from Brian Schottenheimer, do me a big-time favor, guys, and make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Helps out
Yeah,
the
do what the man said. Hit the like button.
channel so much, but most importantly, guys, make sure you guys are joining the family. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering the Dallas Cowboys with the entirety of this year's off. Now, you may be asking, what does that include? Well, not only are we going to cover the rest of OTAs, but then they're going to get into mandatory minicamp, which we might see some actual highlights from practice. We'll see what happens. And then they're going to take about a month off. From there, they're going to get into training. We're going to cover all of that as well. And then after, we're going to get into what we call preseason, okay? Which doesn't end there. We got all 22 coaches film. We're going to be breaking down the film as covered. So make sure you guys are joining the family. Now take a listen to what Brian Schottenheimer had to say about Kyer Elam.
So I'll start with Kyer. Obviously Florida Gator, first round draft pick. Sometimes it's just there's issues with fit, there's issues with different things, but the talent jumps off the film. We keep track of our players' speeds, each week. You see top speeds, and like I said, the one thing I'm most proud about is the way our guys run. Pre-snap or post-snap, the way they run and cover, and he's been consistently at the top of the skill guys on defense with his top speeds. I think
Good to hear.
he's really taken to
Really good to hear.
the coaching from DA.
Kyer Elam is fitting in good over here in Dallas. Maybe it just wasn't a good fit in Buffalo. I know that they had a different coaching system come in that kind of changed what they had from when he was drafted there, and I don't know that necessarily he fit that system as well anymore because of that. Now, we may have a better fit for him over here, and he could go back to being a shining star, and that's what my ambitions would be for, and that's what I would hope for.
And Andre, so I think he's in a really good spot. He's playing with a lot of confidence, but again, it's we're June now. So yeah, we're June. But we're still in OTA football, and we're still limited with what we can do. And the defense does not have equal right to the football. That's the rule. And so therefore, DBs have to pull off. But from a confidence standpoint, he's doing great.
Now, with all that being said, I am going to I'm going to end the video here. The only reason I said miss because I started reading what Micah said down here. I haven't missed a minicamp in 4 years, even though the contract is not done. I have teammates in playbook. I'm preparing as if I'll be on the field the first week of camp. So that's next week. So that's cool. Guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the family, turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified every time we post a Dallas.
All right, so well, that's the end of that video as well. This is just something that I hadn't watched, and it had the title had piqued my interest. So I'm gonna first time watch react to it here, like I did the other videos. But Jerry Rice shocks the NFL with bold statement about Dallas. Let's see what he had to say.
Dallas Cowboys today. There's something that deserves a moment of celebration. Dak Prescott had some big personal news to share. He and his fiancee Sarah Jane welcomed their second child into the world, a baby girl named Aurora Rain. Now, let's just take a second to acknowledge how cool that name is. Seriously, Aurora Rain? That sounds like the name of a future superstar or a chart-topping artist. And for Dak, that makes
that is a hell of a good name.
So drop a big congratulations in the comments for the Prescott family. It's a beautiful moment.
And his wife,
quarterback, and a reminder that there's more to life than football, even if just for a minute. But it's all right. Let's pivot back to the gridiron. Because while life off the field is full of joy for Dak, the rumors swirling around the Cowboys never take a break. And if you've been keeping up with the NFL gossip cycle, you already know what name is back in circulation. Kyle Pitts. Yes, again. It's like clockwork at this point. Every few months, his name pops up in...
Hello? All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. The medication I don't like that about, but all right. I know. I don't think medication's help. But all right. All right. Love you. Hey, tell her I love her. All right. Love you. Bye. Ah.
Trade rumors and some...
Sorry about that, guys. My daughter's at the hospital right now, and I'm going through some stuff, so
somehow, some way, the Dallas Cowboys always in the conversation. This time, CBS Sports mentioned Dallas among a handful of teams that could be potential land spots for the Falcons tight end. Let's rewind.
New life. What you think? We're gonna steal Kyle Pitts from you? The Cowboys gonna steal Kyle Pitts from New Life? Hey. Rumors in circulation.
A few days ago, NFL insider Jordan Schultz reported that multiple
teams
have reached out to the Falcons about Kyle Pitts' availability. Now, nothing is imminent. Nothing is brewing at this exact moment. But Schultz made it clear that Atlanta would need to be offered at least a day 2 draft pick just to consider it. That doesn't mean they're shopping him aggressively, but it means the door's cracked open. And you have to wonder, who benefits from this info getting out? Is it Pitts camp maybe trying to stir interest? Is it Atlanta testing the waters without making a formal declaration? Or is this just good reporting picking up on whispers around the league?
All right, man. Stay blessed, Billy. I'll catch you on the next one. We'll be back live at 7 p.m. for WWE Money in the Bank if you're interested. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, stay blessed, though. Peace.
Either way, the fact remains...
Why has he got the image of Trey Lance up here? What does Trey Lance, who ain't a Cowboy, have anything to do with this video?
Atlanta says they want to keep him, but they aren't blind to the possibility of a trade. What makes this particularly tricky is Atlanta's current depth at tight end, or lack thereof. Bound Pitts, it's a steep drop, unless you're ready to believe Charlie Warner is ready to be a high-level starter in the NFL, the Falcons kind of need Pitts just to keep their passing game from unraveling. So, yes, they're listening, but the price is going to be high, complicated. Matters is the fact that Kyle Pitts wasn't seen on the field during organized team activities. Now,
I mean, to me, the price ain't that high if you're only asking for a day 2 pick. That could be second or third round. And if you're the Cowboys, you're hoping to be later in that round anyways. You're talking past the 20th pick. So, might not be that bad.
actually, that led to
It's the contract that's going to stir things up, though.
speculation. Was he holding out?
He is good. I like Pitts.
Related? Turns out it's a bit of a foot issue. At least that's the word from James Palmer, formerly of NFL Network. He says Pitts was inside the facility but didn't participate on the field. And honestly, that's even more concerning because now it's not a contract situation, it's an injury. And if you're...
I'll say, just because he's in the building doesn't mean it's not a contract negotiation, because there is such things as a hold in, just like there's a hold out, where you're at the facility but you're not participating in team activities.
If you're a team thinking about trading for him, you have to ask yourself, do I really want to give up a day 2 pick and take on an $11 million salary for a guy with a lingering foot problem? Jeremy Fowler from ESPN added to the drama, reporting that while the Falcons aren't actively shopping him, they are open to moving him if the right offer comes in. Pitts, for his part, reportedly loves Atlanta and isn't pushing for a trade. But if he gets a chance to play in an offense that actually uses him as a featured weapon, that might be tempting. Right now, he's basically option number 3 or 4 in the Falcons scheme. That's a tough pill to swallow for someone who was once touted as a generational tight end prospect. All of this lines up with the idea that if a day 2 pick is offered, the Falcons might just bite. But let's be clear, this isn't a fire. It's hell. They're not just looking to offload him for pennies. They've already picked up his 5th-year option, which locks him in for nearly $11 million in 2025. So if they're moving on, they want something real in return. Now CBS Sports floated 3 teams as possible landing spots, including Dallas. And honestly, that one raises some eyebrows. Because when you look at the Cowboys' current tight end room, there's already a young, developing talent there in Jake Ferguson. Not only that, but they've also got Luke Schoonmaker and Peyton Hendershot, who they've invested time.
All right, false. We do not have Peyton Hendershot. We released Peyton Hendershot last year, before the football season. He signed with the Chiefs. Last year, he played for the Chiefs. I think he actually got cut by the Chiefs. But Peyton Hendershot is not a Cowboy. What we do have is Brevin Spann-Ford, Jones Stevenson, and Luke Schoonmaker behind Jake Ferguson. And I think Brevin Spann-Ford is actually going to be the one that steps up and shows out.
Time and reps into. So why would Dallas be interested in bringing in Pitts at this stage? Let's dig into that. Kyle Pitts' rookie year was electric. Over 1,000 receiving yards, which is borderline unheard of for a tight end in today's NFL. But since then, it's been quiet. Injuries, inconsistent quarterback play, a weird offensive system, all of it has contributed to a drop in production. He's averaged between 600 and 700 yards in the past 2 seasons, and those numbers are starting to look a lot like what Jake Ferguson's been putting up. And here's the kicker. Ferguson has actually played fewer games during that stretch. Now, of course, Pitts has a different skill set. He's a downfield threat. He can stretch the field in a way that Ferguson simply can't. But is that enough of a difference to justify giving up draft capital and paying $11 million? That's the million-dollar question. For some teams, maybe. For Dallas, with cap concerns and other holes to fill, it feels like a luxury
Dallas
move,
doesn't
not a
really have
necessity.
cap concerns.
And let's be
either.
real. This whole Kyle Pitts saga feels a lot.
There's no Dallas Cowboy cap concerns right now. This guy has some of his facts wrong. I don't know who he is, but some of his facts are wrong. And where is the Jerry Rice shocks the NFL with bold statement?
Not like the
that's
conversation
clickbait at this
couples
point.
have with a marriage counselor before breakup. It's
So
not
far, that's clickbait title. we're halfway into the video almost, and we haven't heard a damn thing about what Jerry Rice has said.
Over yet, but you can feel that something's off. Maybe things hold steady through the regular season. Maybe the Falcons see how he performs in this contract year and reevaluate closer to the trade deadline. Or maybe he walks in free agency and then Dallas or someone else swoop without having to give up a pick. From the Cowboys' perspective, it's not just about the talent. It's about timing and cost. Right now, they don't even have a third-round pick. They're notoriously stingy with their fourth-round selections. Maybe, just maybe, if the Falcons were willing to take a fourth and Dallas saw an opportunity to upgrade the position without blowing up their cap structure,
it would be like Dallas to throw a fourth-round draft pick at something, because that's what they love to do. Jonathan Mingo, Trey Lance, both were for fourth-round draft picks.
Could happen, but right now, it feels like a long shot. Speaking of long shots and potential changes, there's been a little buzz around jersey numbers. George Pickens, newly arrived and already stirring things up, has been seen wearing number 13 during OTAs. But Fanatics has his jersey listed as number 3 on pre-orders. That's interesting. Pickens is technically George Pickens III.
It's because George Pickens swapped numbers. We got him out of number 13. Number 13 is a horrible number for Cowboys. Everybody that wears that number, man, it's like it's a curse. So I'm glad that Pickens is out of number 13. And now he's wearing number 3, so George Pickens III, he's number 3. It makes sense.
So maybe it's a little branding play, GP3 and all that. But there's a small issue. Number 3 is currently worn by Dante Fowler. So does Pickens buy the number off him? Does Fowler switch back to a different jersey, like the number 6 he wore with Washington, which he can't use in Dallas because that belongs to Donovan Wilson? And speaking of Donovan Wilson, let's talk about him. Finally, we got some clarity on the injury that kept him out recently. Credit to Nick Harris for being the first to report that Wilson had a knee scope, a relatively minor procedure that checked his availability for training camp. It tracks with what a lot of people suspected. He dealt with a knee issue last year, tried to push through, and probably aggravated it. So now the team's just being cautious, holding out of OTAs, letting him recover at his pace, and making sure he's good to go when things get real. When Wilson is on, this defense takes a leap. He's a role player who can turn into an impact guy on any given Sunday. But when he's off, missing tackles, blowing coverages, playing too aggressively, that's when things fall apart. He's a bit of a swing piece, and that makes his health and form a big deal heading into the season. Now there's been some chatter, especially post June 1st, about whether or not the Cowboys lease him to save cap space. The numbers are real. Cutting or trading Wilson now would save Dallas around $7 million. But honestly, that just doesn't make sense. The Cowboys haven't made any major additions at the safety position. Malik Hooker is still around. There's Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas, but they're young and unproven. If you're thinking
Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas are going to be the next safeties for the Dallas Cowboys, that's not a question. They're really not unproven. They're both very talented people. I think that they're probably better than Malik Hooker, to be honest with you, and just need to be given the opportunity. They had to play a role in linebacker a lot in Dan Quinn's last year. So that's why I didn't get a lot of playing time back then.
Thinking of cutting Wilson, it begs the question, who are you replacing him with? Some fans have pointed to the signing of Elijah Clark and the guaranteed money he received, thinking maybe that indicates confidence in the rookie. But come on, $259,000 in guarantees isn't exactly a huge commitment. It's in line with what practice squad players get. The team can cut him tomorrow and not blink. So if Wilson's the most experienced and proven guy in the room, why cut him now? It doesn't track. The timing is off. If the Cowboys wanted to move on, they could have done it months ago, freeing up space for a splashier signing and safety. Instead, they've stood pat, which tells you they still value Wilson, at least for now. That being said, next offseason, whole different conversation. He'll be a free agent, and depending on how the year goes, the Cowboys might look elsewhere. But right now, Wilson's staying put. And speaking of post-June 1st possibilities, One of the biggest names still floating out there is Jalen Ramsey. There's growing belief around the league that the Dolphins could move him now. With the June 1st mark behind us, the financials start to make more sense. Miami would save close to $6 million in cap space with a trade. But the dead money is still substantial, and the cash owed is even heavier. Ramsey's due over $21 million this year alone. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video
He's due that
a like.
money.
Your support helps.
He's due that money because it was his guaranteed money, brother. That's why.
Helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comment. Receiver Jerry Rice, widely regarded as one of the
So the last 3 minutes of this video are what the whole title is about. The rest of the video ain't got shit to do with the title.
Made a series of candid remarks about the Dallas Cowboys that have left fans and analysts buzzing. Known for his straightforward opinions and deep knowledge of football, Rice didn't hold back as he weighed in on the Cowboys' current state, blending sharp criticisms with unexpected praise that could signal an intriguing shift in his view of America's team. During a recent interview, Rice expressed frustration with some of the Cowboys' performances this season, pointing out what he sees as recurring issues in both their offensive execution and defensive resilience. They have all the pieces, but sometimes it feels like they just don't put it all together when it counts. Rice noted, hinting at a lack of cohesion and consistency that he believes holds Dallas back from truly dominating the league. This kind of critique isn't uncommon for a team with the Cowboys.
I agree with that
high
sentiment.
Expectations.
I agree with that sentiment. I've been saying that same thing forever now, and that's one thing that I can say that feels like is really starting to have a change is with the new coaching regime. It really feels like they are getting that covered in that basis for sure.
But coming from a player of Rice's caliber, it adds weight to the growing narrative that Dallas might be underachieving despite a talented roster. However, what has really caught the attention of fans is the surprising praise Rice offered amidst his criticism. He singled out specific players and the coaching staff for their efforts and potential, suggesting that the Cowboys have the raw talent to turn things around. The offensive weapons they have, they're among the best in the league. And I see flashes of brilliance in their game plan.
I honestly think that the coaching staff is going to be, after this year, is going to be touted as one of the better coaching staffs for the Cowboys.
That remind me of what a championship team looks like. Rice said, this nuanced perspective adds fuel to rumors that the Cowboys could be on the verge of a breakthrough season, especially if they manage to iron out the kinks Rice highlighted. Rice's comments have sparked a flurry of speculation about what might be going on behind the scenes in Dallas. Is this a hint that the team is close to making key adjustments, or that some internal shifts might be underway to maximize their potential? The blend of critique and commendation from such an iconic figure has left fans wondering whether Rice's remarks are a subtle nudge toward bigger changes, or simply his way of saying the Cowboys remain a formidable force, albeit one that needs to tighten up. The buzz doesn't stop there. Some insiders suggest that Rice's remarks could influence public and media pressure on the Cowboys' front office and coaching staff, possibly accelerating decisions on personnel or strategy.
I don't know about all that. I don't know that the Dallas Cowboys are going and listen, that their front office is going and listening to Jerry Rice and being like, no. Now I wasn't going to do that, but since Jerry Rice said it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it now. No, that's not really how the Cowboys move. If that was the case, we would have tons of different things that have happened with the team that just don't and won't because the Jones do what they want to do.
So, a legend points out both flaws and strengths so openly, it tends to resonate beyond just a casual opinion. For Dallas fans, this might be a moment to hold on to hope. Seeing Rice's words is a signal that the team's best days might still be ahead, if they can answer the call. As the Cowboys gear up for the rest of the season, all eyes will be on how they respond to this kind of spotlight from one of football's all-time greats. Whether Rice's insights translate into tangible change or remain just a talking point, one thing is clear. The chatter around Dallas just got a lot more interesting, and the rumor mill is officially in overdrive. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions.
All right. Well, there's that video. I don't even know what this guy's name was. I don't think I was Cowboys Nation News. Yeah, I've never really heard of him. Never really heard of him, but that's kind of a clickbait title. Barely talked about what Jerry Rice said. When you title a video something, that video should be predicatedly based on what that title says it is. If it ain't, and you just have a little tiny segment, like they should have just said Cowboys news and updates. Also, did you hear what Jerry said or what Jerry Rice said? Like some shit like that. Not Jerry Rice shocks NFL with bold statement about the Dallas Cowboys. Because that should have been the whole video. If that's all your title is, that's what the whole video should have been about. There shouldn't have been all that extra in the first 10 minutes of a 13-minute video. But it is what it is. I don't know who this YouTuber is, but shout outs to Cowboy Nation for the video, even though it's clickbait as hell. Aaron Rodgers signs with the Steelers.
Okay, locker room, this just in. I know we have the NBA Finals starting here pretty soon tonight. Everybody right now, Aaron Rodgers has done this again. Aaron Rodgers stepped on the stage of the NBA championship and announces he is now going to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They got a quarterback.
I guarantee you, we'll talk about game one tomorrow. A lot of people will.
Pittsburgh's got a quarterback. He's old and washed, but they got a quarterback.
We'll talk about game one tomorrow, but those shows that we're not on today, boy, they'll jump that were on before Aaron Rodgers made this announcement will be all over it tomorrow. I can't watch game one, but I want to give you my thoughts on Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I told you a long time ago that this move I approved of. Now, when it took so long for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision, I started disapproving because I thought, wait a minute, you held Green Bay up, now you held up the Jets, and
he's got a history of wanting to do things his way and on his own timeline. But Aaron Rodgers shouldn't even have been a hot commodity. Like, did they not see how he played with the Jets? Moment of silence for that, please. Yeah, it was ass. I don't expect it to be much different. Like, had they kept Pickens, then they could have had a decent offense. But, I mean, all they have is DK Metcalf now.
They're playing well. What I heard last from Aaron Rodgers was he's ready to come in and be a good camper and do what he needs to do. And then we went back into that same mode. We're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers made a decision today. He made a decision because
Pittsburgh Steelers starts training camp here next week. It's so funny. I called my guy yesterday. I promise you, I was talking to my guy yesterday from Pittsburgh. Because I'm talking to him. I want to go and spend some time with Mike Tomlin during training camp. Yeah.
Hey, it's Mr. Average Coach. Mr. Average Season Coach. Mr. I ain't never had a losing season. But all my seasons damn near are all average except for the 1 year that he won it with the coach that was from the previous regime.
You know, and they're going to send me some information. I'll go and talk with the team and spend some time with my man, Mike T. He's just a different kind of dude. He's a different kind of dude, man. And I want to be around him as much as I can and try to glean as much as I can about his direction, the team direction, and certainly just being a better man. You feel like you want to be a better man when you're around him. Let me give you some numbers that I looked at that really makes sense to me. And it kind of goes along the same line I've been telling you guys when we talk Dallas Cowboys in the action, in the direction that I wanted the Cowboys to go. Remember when I said I need the Cowboys to score about 28 points a game, 29, 30 points a game? That's when they were going 12-5, around 12-5. I want to tell you why I think this is such a perfect matchup. If Aaron can get past all of the bullshit that he's been playing in lane.
All the bullshit.
Everybody.
All
Because
the
the team
bullshit.
now has been sitting. He's basically held them hostage. If he can go in and smooth that over real quick with all the players, you're going to have a few guys that sit back in the corner and say, it took him so long. We don't need this old ass man. What is, all of that stuff will go on. So how he comes in and smooth things over, I'll tell you everything. But Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers is great on all fronts. I'm going to break this down why. Let's look at the last 5 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right? Last 5 years. In 2020 and 12-4. They scored 26 points a game. 21, they went 9-7-1. They scored 20 points a game. 9-7-1. Dropped off 22. They only scored 18 points a game, and the record was 9-8. See where I'm going? Now remember that number I told you when I talked Dallas Cowboys. That magic number is 29-30 for the Dallas Cowboys. 28-29-30, because that's what got them to 12-5. Incidentally, in 12-4-20 was the last year we played 16 games. Okay, and then now you go 23. They went 11-6. Are you joking? That tells you things like that. You went 11-6, and you were only averaging 17.9 points per game. What a defense they had. Are you joking? 11-6. 11-6.
With 17 points a game.
And you only put up 17 points a game. Remember this. I'm looking for the defense to be closer to this year, because when I talk to my guys and people in Pittsburgh, they knew the issue they had last year was stopping and running. They really got some big run stoppers. The one thing Pittsburgh would not let you do, even though I got mad at them for not taking a quarterback, they went and took a big DT, because the one thing you can't do in AFC North is allow people to run on you. And if you look at last year, and that's what I talked about with my guy, last year, everybody was able to run on them. When they went down when they had that slide the last few games of the year and then going into the playoffs, every team was able to run on them. They have to stop that. Now, if they
Cowboys who couldn't run the ball were able to run on them. I believe they'll have
a defense kind of like what they had in the 23 season, where you only put up 17 points and they still went 11-6. Hold on to that. Now, last year, Russell Wilson came in. He put up 22.4 points a game, and they went 10-7. I believe in certain areas, Aaron Rodgers is much better than Russell Wilson and can do certain things that Russell Wilson cannot do. When I first told you guys about this opportunity for Aaron Rodgers, why I liked it is because
I hear you, man. I hear you, man.
Credibility and understanding the offense. And Pittsburgh offense has been stale as hell. It mean to rhyme, but it's real. Stale as hell over the last few years. The 18, the 17, and Russ came in and gave him 22 last year. I think Justin Fields at the time, he was right around that 19. And then they went to Russ to try to jack it up to 22. I'm telling you guys, are you joking? You go get Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers plays anything close to like he really played the last few weeks in New York. I can put a field goal on this 22 points that they scored in 24 and get them to 25. With that defense and Aaron Rodgers, listen, not trying to put up 40 points, but trying to make sure you don't make mistakes that put the defense in harm's way. If Aaron Rodgers add 3 points and they put up 25 points and that defense is right, they're in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. And I do believe they will be in the playoffs. I do believe this is a strategic plan. And I do believe if Aaron Rodgers give them that inside receiving presence. Remember, they had Pickens.
Mike Levin's got all the feelings.
To big D. We're happy to happen. But they got DK Metcalf. And Aaron Rodgers, what he would do better than Russell Wilson can do is manage the middle of the football field. Aaron Rodgers is a pre-snap quarterback. Remember Tom Brady? Pre-snap quarterback. That means when he comes up, if he sees a set he likes, he snaps and goes. Snaps and goes. He's throwing the ball before he knows where he's going with the ball before you snap the ball. Snap and go. Pittsburgh's never had an inside presence. A quarterback that can step to the line and pick things up like that and just step and go. And Russell Wilson cannot do it. So don't act like he can. Don't even talk about it.
The last person they had that could do
That's
that was
why
Ben Roethlisberger.
Mike Tomlin is saying, I need to go keep trying. I got to keep turning over rocks to find my quarterback. I don't believe, I know a lot of people may believe, and I think a lot of people may believe in their heart and want to hope, make it happen, that this will be the first losing season for Mike Tomlin. I say ye not. I just told y'all they're going to make the playoffs. I just told y'all I will see a minimum. I guarantee you right now, I'm seeing a minimum of 25 points a game. And what last time they scored that much was in 2020.
When's the last time Aaron Rodgers scored that?
I'm seeing 25.
3 years ago? 4 years ago?
So I'm seeing 25 points a game, and I'll see them right around that 12 at 5 again. Because that division is tough. I do believe they'll make the playoffs. I do believe a lot of people will wonder and ponder, and this is what Aaron Rodgers has to be careful with. Because this will be his last step if it doesn't go right. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. If this thing is a complete flop with Aaron Rodgers, and he delivers Mike Tomlin his first losing season, Aaron Rodgers just lost a career. I know he's turning 42 during the season, so this is his last hurrah. If ever you want to ride out on the white horse,
Aaron Rodgers' last hurrah. I'll be happy.
You have to go in to Pittsburgh. You have to make sure these guys know that you are with them. Not in front of them. You're walking with them. You understand? If you show these guys that, man, you got the best situation, you got a great coach, you're around people that love football in Pittsburgh. It's not New York. Everybody in Pittsburgh is hoping for great things, not looking for bad things like they are in New York. This will be a great get. And I believe Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers knew this a long time ago. And I can tell when I'm talking to my people in Pittsburgh that they had an uneasy calm about the quarterback situation. And I thought they should have been more panicky. Even though they got Aaron Rodgers, you still need the future.
Give me a minute or two.
That's why I still say you missed out on Shador Sanders. But Aaron Rodgers is a victory for Pittsburgh today. Let's get ready to watch this NBA game.
All right. Mike, I told you, give me a few minutes. Because I've already got you something to eat when I started the live. You're going to have to wait a minute. All right. So there's that. What Michael Irvin had to say about good old Aaron Rodgers joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. Washed up Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I know this ain't football.
What would you say is the person?
But they need to bring this damn man back to the WWE. They're talking about him going to AEW. I don't want R-Truth in AEW. He needs to be on the main show. This is one of the best entertainers WWE has. He is a go-to man if they need a good backstage storyline. R-Truth is the man. If they need a good jobber match, he's the man. If they need a good strong match, he's the man. Like, he does it all for WWE. If they need a funny man, he's that. Like, R-Truth embodies what it is to be a WWE superstar, and they need to bring his ass back.
I've learned the most from in this industry. Oh man, so many people, man. I don't leave nobody out. But a lot with Road Dogg, Rey Mysterio, Singer, who childhood hero, a childhood hero, Rikishi, Ulaga, believe it or not, was real riding together a lot.
It's funny that he calls John Cena his childhood hero because he's older than John Cena. Like, he's much older than he's 48 years old.
From Roman, from Randy, I've learned a lot, man. I just take a little bit from each person I'm around. And I say, show your forward, show your future. So anything around, man, like a conglomerate of good guys that are like, boom, they're successful men that think this way, think that way. So I just take a little bit from each person. Or just.
I know it had nothing to do with football, but I wanted to.
Cowboy Watkins, Dallas Morning News.
Wanted to hear it.
Cowboys, George Pickens, and the man's best friend, the dog. And we already know how that goes. When we say the dog, come on, George, you know how it goes with that. Come on. Yeah. Oh, down, boy, down. Oh, yeah. The dog's got teeth, and that's George and his dog. And we're going to look at this.
And shout out to Law Nation. He's one of the bigger cowboy content creators that there is. I love his content. He's the one of the OGs. Shout out Law Nation, always. Nothing but the best.
Video that he got, and he's working on his releases, and everything look explosive as we can all see. And I can't wait to see him out there on the field with CeeDee Lamb. This combination of George Pickens and continuing to work out on his craft to get better is everything. And when we start talking about the stop and release game, yeah, all of those things plays into a major role as a wide receiver. You got to show late hands, you got to nose the ball, make sure you get things going. And on top of that, you want to do things fundamentally sound, right? So when the Cowboys picked this guy up or traded for him, they got them a dog. They got them a guy that's willing to work all the way through the summer and to help elevate his game even to the highest of the highest levels here. And the Cowboys been lacking of an alternate weapon outside of CeeDee Lamb. But now we got
George
Pickens
Pickens
and
the
Lamb.
third, GP3.
The ancillary pieces should be able to give us something back in return. And we're talking about Jalen Tolbert, we're talking about Migos, we're talking about Kevontae Turpin. To a degree, I don't even want to put Kevontae Turpin in the ancillary pieces, but everything must go this way, Cowboy Nation. Lamb, Pickens, Pickens, Lamb, Lamb, Pickens, right? And the third option could be Jake Ferguson. It could be Schoonmaker. It could be Brevin Spann-Ford. They've been talking a lot about him.
Man,
how you get there?
Brevin Spann-Ford is the one that last year I was on it. Like, I was saying that I thought he was going to be a star, just waiting for him to come through that breakout and have the opportunity. I think this year Brevin Spann-Ford will get that opportunity with the Cowboys. Unless Jake Ferguson just blows everybody away. He kind of fell off a little bit last year, so we'll have to see.
You get there when you got somebody of the kind of caliber of a Pickens that can take care of businesses, especially when it's one-on-one. And when we start to think about this and contextualize everything, we have to add in what Mina Cobb said, right?
I'm really optimistic about this Cowboys offense. I love what these two receivers not only do for each other in terms of, taking advantage of the attention that is given to each of them individually, but also what they do for the offense as a whole. So last year, Hannah, CeeDee Lamb, when he was faced single high coverage, was 4th league-wide in yards per game. George Pickens was 8th. If I know that, defensive coordinators know that, which means they're not going to leave their quarterbacks on an island against these two, which means the Cowboys offense will be running into more favorable looks on the ground. I think they're going to face a lot of too high. And if that offense, if the run game can be more efficient, whoever becomes the lead back, whether it's Jaden Blue or Javonte Williams, then this suddenly, to me, becomes one of the more efficient and explosive offenses in the NFL. So I really like how it all plays together.
And she was echoing the same thing that I've been saying for a long time, not a short time. With this particular team in general, the Dallas Cowboys, we can literally have a threat with these particular options. Now, granted, there's a lot of people, not a few, but a lot of people look at Dak Prescott and say, well, hey, he's what's on the most bottom part of most people's feet, which is crazy, It's crass and trash to say that. But what I'm getting at is now you can look at Dak Prescott and say, okay, we got the weapons. Can we establish the run? Can we block it up front? And you will see the fullness of him instead of the other parts of the Cowboys not getting things done. Now, of course, the off season is long, and we're looking at Pickens going through his combination stop, stutter, go, break inside, break outside. His release is really good, and they want everything to look the same. And I think that he will be able to get separation. There was a crazy storyline out there that he's not able to get that separation. But when you look at everything, the explosiveness, the get off of the releases, the high point on the ball, the dexterity in keeping his feet in bounds, all of those things count as your wide receiver one. And you can say 1A, 1B, but I'm telling you, we got some ones in here. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all.
Hey, you're off topic. All right, so that's probably going to conclude the episode here for today. We've been on for about 2 hours. It wasn't the smoothest transition. We need to figure out how to get these kids satisfied before I go live so that I don't have to satisfy them during my live stream and get the interruptions. Because I know that makes people want to leave. It makes people leave out the gate because it's not entertaining to watch my living room as I'm trying to satisfy my children. But yo, as always, it's been fun. It's been great. Y'all stay blessed. Love all y'all. Roll Ross. We out. Peace.